You can't control the waves, but you can design your ship.
Oil and freight prices move like tides, powerful, unpredictable, and global. But while most companies react in panic, the best CFOs prepare. They use playbooks. Because macro shocks are not surprises, they're tests of readiness. In today's session, I'll show you how to turn external chaos into structured strategy, step by step.
If this helped you see risk as strategy, subscribe and join me, Thanya.
Oil affects energy, logistics, and every material you buy. Freight drives cost, lead time, and cash cycle. When both rise together, your margin shrinks, not by accident, but by structure. Example: a 15% oil increase plus 25% freight surge equals EBITDA erosion of up to 6%, even before your accountants can update the forecast. This graph shows correlation, not coincidence. Each 1% rise in freight or oil compounds, tightening cost-to-margin conversion.
Every CFO needs to know, where does your P&L absorb that pressure?
The secret to resilience isn't forecasting perfectly, it's being scenario ready. Every shock has 3 stages: immediate, midterm, and long-term. When markets move fast, the best CFOs don't panic, they move in phases. Immediate: costs spike and delivery slow. Activate variable cost control to protect cash. Midterm: prices lag behind reality. Trigger contract reviews before margin slips. Long-term: supply patterns shift. Reprice your portfolio and update your model. Shocks aren't surprises, they're systems. CFOs win by responding in sequence, not in chaos. Visualizing shocks over time keeps your finance team calm. Every stage has a defined play.
Scenario planning isn't about predicting the storm, it's about rehearsing it.
Start by mapping which parts of your P&L depend on oil and freight. Look at fuel-linked raw materials, freight-heavy SKUs, logistics-dependent sales regions. Each bar represents a stage of erosion. The CFO's job is to identify which bar they can control and how fast.
You can't manage what you can't map. Visibility is the first hedge.
Once you know exposure, test its sensitivity. Ask, what happens if oil rises 10%? If freight doubles? Use tornado charts to visualize impact. The longer the bar, the stronger the impact. This reveals which assumption truly moves your needle, so you act where it matters.
In a crisis, clarity isn't data, it's direction.
Scenario control comes from triggers. Set thresholds where action automatically begins. Examples: Brent greater than $95, apply fuel surcharge, freight index 1.3x, shift to consolidation route, both exceed trigger, open price review clause. This chart shows how smart CFOs codify instinct. Decisions aren't delayed by debate, they're activated by data.
A trigger turns fear into timing, into control.
Not all solutions come from cost cuts. CFOs use 3 levers: contractual, index-linked clauses, fuel adjustments, operational, route optimization, supplier rebalancing, financial, hedging, forwards, insurance. The most resilient strategy uses all 3 levers together, balancing commercial speed with financial discipline.
A single lever fight cost. 3 levers build resilience.
You can't wait for shock waves. You must see them forming. Build a macro radar, a dashboard tracking leading indicators. Brent futures, Baltic Freight Index, FX volatility, demand index. CFOs who track leading indicators win time, and time is the best hedge in finance.
Every shock gives a signal before it strikes, if you're listening.
In 2022, a Southeast Asian manufacturer faced doubled freight from China. Instead of freezing procurement, the CFO rewrote contracts to include shared freight clauses. Result: cost increase cut from 9% to 3%, with 0 stock disruption. This visual proves that preparation doesn't just prevent loss, it accelerates recovery.
Playbooks don't predict the future, they protect you from it.
Let's recap. Oil and freight are not external, they're internal financial inputs. Sensitivity plus scenario equals control. Triggers convert uncertainty into systemized response. Macro radar gives visibility. Levers provide adaptability. This summarizes the transformation: from reaction, preparation, strategy.
You can't calm the ocean, but you can chart your course.
Macro shocks aren't enemies. They're intelligence tests for financial leaders. Every spike in oil or freight tells a story. Those who prepared sail ahead. Those who didn't sink slowly.
If this helped you see risk as strategy, subscribe and join me, Thanya.